Denver. This is Fox 31 News at 6. We're on it.
Breaking news, Pfizer saying this morning its COVID vaccine protects kids as young as 12, which could open the door for expanded use by kids by this fall.
Well, it's just going to be great to be able to, be outside and, see a show after, a year of having been shut down.
New details on the first show set to return back to Red Rocks.
And fans are back in the stands at Ball Arena. Last night was a tribute to frontline healthcare workers and first responders, but the public will be back very soon.
Good morning, 6 o'clock as we get things rocking and rolling on your Wednesday with the news of a huge warm-up. I'm Kirk Yonke.
I'm Megan O'Halloran. Yeah, 27 degrees to start us up, but we're cranking it up from there. Let's get to Brooks.
We sure are. The spring warmth makes a return today. A little bit of a transition day. Bright sunshine. It'll feel warm this afternoon, but the high only 50 degrees. Here's a live view from the Baxton Schenker Skycam network. Still dark outside, but the first light of day on the eastern horizon. 26 degrees outside right now. High pressure is the ruling force in our forecast for sunshine, for dry weather, for warming temperatures. All the bad weather now heading for the East Coast, where they're getting some flooding rains across parts of the southeast this morning. 20 degrees in Fort Morgan, 24 at Fort Collins, 3 in Leadville. Yes, it's chilly outside, but yes, a warm up is on the way. 37 degrees by 10, 50 today by 3. And, there's a little excitement in my voice about that 50 because it's going to be perfect weather to go for a jog this afternoon. Light winds, bright sunshine. Don't forget that sunscreen. And coming up when highs may flirt with 80 degrees just in time for this Easter weekend.
Thank you, Brooks. Colorado lawmakers have passed a monumental bill allowing undocumented immigrants to benefit from state housing assistance.
State officials tell one reporter this bill is the first of its kind in the U.S. Fox 31's Emily Allen joined us live breaking that down. Emily?
Well, Kirk and Megan, the first of its kind in the U.S. That is certainly a big deal, and this bill has passed in both the House and the Senate, and now it's just waiting Governor Polis's signature in order for it to officially become law. Now, under the bill that was passed by lawmakers, it eliminates the need to show paperwork to verify legal status in the U.S. in order to sign up for and receive state housing assistance. Under this bill, undocumented immigrants would benefit from emergency pandemic housing assistance and other forms of state housing assistance in the future. A state senator that sponsored the bill sent out this tweet. She said, "I'm honored to have worked with so many folks inside and outside the Colorado legislature to get us to the point where Colorado can pass transformative housing and immigrant justice policy on a bipartisan basis. When I talk about bending systems towards justice, this is what it looks like." While State Senator Gonzalez says that this took bipartisan support, it's important to note that this vote fell along party lines in both the House and the Senate. One of the bill's opponents, Republican Senator Bill Cook from Weld County, told another news outlet that government funding should not be used to benefit people who are in Colorado illegally. Now, the next stop for this bill is Governor Polis's desk, and as I mentioned, it needs his signature before it officially becomes law. Emily Allen, Fox 31.
Right, thank you, Emily. 6:02 right now as Colorado prepares to open vaccine eligibility to the general public this Friday. Some of those who are currently eligible are still finding it hard to make appointments, and obviously the concern is as more people are eligible, as the gates are opened up, it's going to be even more difficult to get an appointment. State workers, pharmacies, and clinics hope to turn that issue around. Some Colorado providers say the general public won't be able to schedule appointments until Friday. Those who have been successful have dedicated the time to try and try again. The governor says vaccine buses will launch in the next week or so.
Those seats could once again be filled with thousands of music fans. It's a sign things may be headed in the right direction as Red Rocks is ready to welcome back music fans to the iconic venue. We're learning 10,000 seats in the venue will host just over 2,500 concert goers to start. Obviously limiting capacity there. The first shows will kick off around mid to late April. Every other row will be blocked off 6 feet between groups, and everyone will have to wear a face mask. We asked health experts there about the summer concert crowds. They tell us they simply urge both residents and visitors to take those precautions. The state also adding that as more people are vaccinated, the safer it will be to hold those larger crowd events.
Especially with some of the protocols that we have in place, we hope that people will feel safe coming back into the venue.
Well, he says as the summer goes on, if COVID numbers keep trending in the right direction, we could see relaxed restrictions and increased capacities. And here are the latest numbers from the state health department. There are nearly 1 million fully immunized Coloradans, with more than 1.6 million Coloradans getting their first dose. Across the country, all those states in purple offering vaccines to all adults. That starts on Friday. Colorado will join the list. But just because everybody is eligible doesn't mean everyone will be rushing to get the vaccine. And fans already back at Ball Arena. The Nuggets hosted frontline workers and first responders last night.
And then starting on Friday, they'll be opening to the public. Fox 31's Drew Engelbart live at Ball Arena this morning. So opening to the public, but still less than full capacity, right, Drew?
That's right, about 4,000 fans will be allowed back in. But I'll tell you what, it was the first time that we had fans here at Ball Arena in more than a year. And just watching the game at home, it took less than 30 seconds to really feel that energy back. It was great to see. And I'll tell you what, the players, they felt it too. They came out hot last night against the Philadelphia 76ers, scoring 44 points in the first quarter in front of their home fans for the first time in more than a year. They cruised past the 76ers last night. And those 4,050 fans last night, those were all frontline healthcare workers, first responders, including some members of the Boulder Police Department following last week's tragedy. And as Jamal Murray said after the game, they could really feel that energy from the fans.
We miss y'all. We miss you guys, man. We miss you guys so much. You guys just bring a whole different type of energy to the game. Thank you guys for coming out. You know what time it is, man. You know what time it is. Put your hand up, you're a frontline worker. Give yourselves a round of applause, man. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Doesn't that just give you chills? Even if you're not a sports fan, at least a sign that things are starting to return back to normal. Now, I do want to mention quickly, on the south end of the parking lot, that's that mass vaccination site that's set up for anyone 16 and older, and that will be open up starting tomorrow. It's a drive-through site where you can come in and get your shots. In the meantime, there's a game again tonight for the Avalanche, and again, they'll be hosting frontline healthcare workers and first responders. And then on Friday, open to the public, 4,050 fans allowed back at Ball Arena for the Avalanche game and Nuggets games moving forward this season. And of course, fans will have to wear those face masks and social distance inside of the arena. But Kirk and Megan, I think we almost got used to it a little bit during the pandemic of not having fans, because it was amazing to see, really in less than 30 seconds watching the game, you could feel that energy back. And fans are a huge part of sports, as we know.
Yeah, totally. Glad to see it. A step in the right direction there.
Well, it's going to be easy to get used to having fans back, though,
Yeah,
don't you think
we're
so,
ready
Drew?
for it. As long as we can do it safely.
I can't wait for opening day tomorrow, too. We're talking about
You've been talking about it for weeks, so this doesn't come as
How are your tickets?
They're not bad. You know, they were more expensive than you would typically see, but I think that has to do with one, opening day, and two, only 40% capacity there in the stadium. But you know what I told myself? I haven't been to a sporting event in more than a year, so it'll be worth it.
Oh yeah, frame those tickets. First game post-pandemic. I think that's something to remember. Thank you, Drew. 6:07 right now. An amazing tribute. Boulder police officer Eric Talley remembered yesterday during that public memorial service for being kind and brave and giving 100% to everything he did. His friends and colleagues shared stories about his sense of humor, how he was a prankster, how he loved to talk, but also how deeply he cared for his wife and 7 kids. He also made a point to remember the other 9 victims who died in the mass shooting last Monday, saying the Boulder Police Department will continue to work around the clock to bring them justice. As many people struggle through the aftermath of the Boulder supermarket shooting, this morning we're getting advice from John Joseph, a Boulder resident, therapist, and grief counselor. He lives about a block away from the King Soopers at Table Mesa and Broadway. A parent himself, we asked him what advice he may have for other parents. He refers to something called exposure therapy.
When you're afraid of something. So if you repeatedly go back to the supermarket and realize over and over again that it's a safe place, or walk through your community, then you're reinforcing for yourself that being there is safe.
Oh, interesting. Joseph adds, if you still feel like you're in a dark place, seek out grief counselors or a therapist.
6:08 right now. Let's get over to Brooks, talk about your weather. Cool morning in the 20s, just like yesterday, Brooks, but going to warm up a little bit more today than yesterday.
It will, and this is the beginning of a warming trend, Kirk, that is going to take us right through the next 10 days. I mean, this weekend, we're talking about highs in the 70s. It returns. Today, a little bit of a transition day. Bright sunshine, highs up around 50. First light of day on the horizon. Beautiful shot from the Baxton Shaker Skycam Network, 26 at DIA. So we're going to start off about 25 for our low by 7 o'clock and then warming up to 50. Now, this is 8 degrees cooler than normal, but it's going to feel great considering that we'll have very light winds and the sun angle this time of year is sharp. So it'll be a nice hot sunshine for us if you like the warm weather. And we're going to top out in our 10-day forecast close to 80 degrees for Easter before we start to slowly back off and get back toward normal, but still overall above normal. Now, we need precipitation. We're still in the midst of a drought. March has been very bountiful with snow, the second snowiest March in recorded history in Denver, so that's good news for the spring snowmelt. 6 degrees right now in Dillon, 11 degrees in Lyman, up to around 48 in Lyman, 57 in Lamar, and a high temperature today of 50 in Denver happening right about 3 o'clock. Again, 8 degrees cooler than normal. But yes, as always, we need the rain. It's just that we've got this dry stretch, which is one of those things where it's going to be beautiful and sunny, and you've got to almost stop yourself from saying this is going to be an amazing stretch of weather because, you know, if you look at the big picture, it'd be nice to get some good soakers. But we'll see that coming up in the next few months at times. Coming up, we'll talk about that forecast taking us into next month and when our next chance for precipitation may come across the region.
Good, thank you, Brooks. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk urging people to think about moving to South Texas.
When are you infringing upon my right to privacy? Do I have a right to be out in public and engaging in these services?
And when you are vaccinated, you're, of course, given a vaccination card. That card could be your key back into a sense of pre-COVID normalcy.
Live from Denver, this is Fox 31 News. We're on it.
Starting Friday, anybody in Colorado can get a COVID-19 shot, 16 years and up. But will businesses and even employers be able to require proof of vaccination? Can they ask you for that?
Interesting. Many airlines, foreign countries, and cruise lines have already announced plans to require so-called vaccine passports, but it may be difficult to prove or implement for restaurants, stadiums, and employers here in the U.S. All right, looks like we're having some audio issues there. Red Rock says it explored the idea of requiring proof of vaccination to attend concerts at the venue this summer, but ultimately decided not to.
The Colorado legislature is dropping plans to build a permanent fence around the state capitol. We first told you earlier this month lawmakers were considering setting aside $1 million to erect a wrought iron fence around the iconic building, all part of an $8 million plan for security upgrades in response to last summer's protests. The top Democrat in the House told the Denver Post yesterday the fence plan has been put on hold due to public backlash against that idea.
And now the latest on the Trump administration's decision to move Space Command headquarters from Colorado Springs to Huntsville, Alabama. U.S. Senators Michael Bennet, John Hickenlooper, and a bipartisan group of their colleagues, they've sent a letter to the Department of Defense. The letter outlines recommendations for the DoD's Inspector General to include their investigation as part of that decision. The entire Colorado congressional delegation already urged President Biden to suspend that decision.
The SpaceX Starship making a successful launch but failed to land safely during a test run yesterday. An unmanned prototype rocket lifted off from Boca Chica, Texas. The webcast view was obscured by fog, making it hard to see the vehicle's landing. Debris from the spacecraft found scattered 5 miles away from its landing site. It's the fourth attempted landing for the Starship. The rocket is among several prototype rockets being developed by billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk, his private space company SpaceX, hoping to eventually carry humans and cargo to the moon and Mars. But if they plan on coming back, yesterday's landing is daunting. In a tweet on Tuesday, Elon Musk urging people to think about moving to South Texas. He is reportedly hoping to establish a city he's calling Starbase around the Boca Chica area, where SpaceX already has a launch facility they used yesterday. He says SpaceX's hiring needs for engineers, technicians, builders, and essential support personnel are all kinds of growing rapidly. Those were his words, and that they're going to hire thousands of people to work down there. You know, a lot of space folks here in the space industry in Colorado. So, you know, if you were thinking Texas, Brownsville, South Padre area, there you go.
Well, the Forest Service lifting closures caused by the Grizzly Creek fire. That will start April 1st. It's including Jesse Weaver, No Name, and Grizzly Creek trails, areas south of the Coffee Pot Road, and boat access through Glenwood Canyon. Hanging Lake Trail will reopen May 1st by reservation only. Hikers can start making reservations online at visitglenwood.com beginning April 1st.
Late winter and early spring storms leading Winter Park Resort to extend its season by 2 weeks. The Mary Jane side of the resort will now be open through May 9th. Winter Park territory still anticipated to close on April 25th. The resort saying that it got 8 inches of new snow yesterday, bringing the total for the season to 306 inches. More than 6 feet of that fell in March alone. So March was a good, plentiful month for snow.
It really
for the
was.
ski resorts, Brooks. Although unfortunately, you know, that March snow at the ski resorts, it can't be used for all that long because it just gets too warm.
It gets a little bit mashed potato-y, but excuse me, the good news, it's got me all choked up. I mean, how beautiful, right? See all those beautiful mountain scenes. The good news is that when this all melts away, and it, not just at the resorts, but of course all the snow in the mountains, it's going to recharge the streams, reservoirs, and with our extreme drought across the area, that's going to be very good news as we go into the drier, hotter months across Colorado. We're going to see a high of 50 today, 66 tomorrow. Live view from the Baxton Shaker Skycam Network. Sun rising at 6:44 this morning, setting at 7:23. Up in Evergreen, if you get up to a little bit of a higher elevation, it'll be on the cooler side today with 43, but still that bright sunshine making it feel pretty pleasant during the afternoon. 57 degrees tomorrow. So sunny and dry stretch lay ahead. Warming temperatures, 70s on the way for Easter weekend. This Pinpoint weather app is awesome in the storm season as it is in the winter season because it'll let you know if lightning is in your vicinity. So if you're outside playing golf or going hiking and you're in cell phone range, it'll give you an alert. 24 degrees at Fort Collins, 19 at Monument Hill, 22 degrees in Akron. We've got winds blowing over those mountains at some 20 to 40 miles an hour, making it feel like it's in the minus 20s and 30s at those highest elevations from Dakota Hill up through Berthoud Pass. And even at Copper Mountain feels like about minus 6 degrees. Feels like it's 18 in Denver. At least it's dry out there. 76 in the federal overpass, or the federal underpass, the 76 overpass above it. That is I-76. We are looking at dry conditions, and a big difference compared to yesterday's dry conditions when we had to wait till the afternoon for that sun to go to town on the snow-covered and wet roads around the area. Now, speaking of snow, yesterday evening around 10 o'clock, we had a thunder snow shower over DIA, dropping a little under ½ an inch of snow. Kind of cool to see that. Maybe what's not so cool, temperature-wise, is the April temperature outlook. It's going to be warmer than normal across the west, including Colorado. And unfortunately, because we still need the rain, April, May, and June forecast to be below normal for precipitation, at least the likelihood of it being below normal. Certainly this forecast could shift, but at this point, especially with that kind of an outlook, any rain is good rain, any snow is good snow. So with the spring snow melt, in just a few weeks away, really, I mean, that's going to be perfect. Transition us, if you will, between what's been a very snowy March, the second snowiest in Denver recorded history, to finally the regular chance for a couple of afternoon thunder showers. 48 in Strasburg today, 50 degrees at Greeley. That is 8 degrees cooler than normal. We're going to be in the upper 50s in southeast Colorado. Look for 32 in Alma, 39 at Vail, 53 down in Pagosa Springs, 46 at Silverton, 50 degrees once you get up toward the Bowie area, 37 in Walden. Northwest Colorado, if you're heading up toward Dinosaur National Monument or the town of, it'll be in the lower to middle 40s. So the forecast today on the cooler side, but not bad. Then tomorrow for opening day, 66 degrees. That is going to be ideal. LA Dodgers in town for opening day. 72 degrees Saturday, 75 Sunday, hopping into Easter with a high of 77. What a beautiful forecast. The warmest weather by far this spring season. 74 on Monday and 70 degrees on Tuesday. So yeah, Dodgers in town, guys. A little trial by fire there for opening day. Go Rockies. That's right.
Thank you, Brooks. President Biden unveiling a massive new spending plan that includes some pretty big tax hikes as well.
U.S. home prices rise at the fastest pace in 15 years. We're comparing Denver's fierce housing market.
Denver. This is Fox 31 News. We're on it.
President Biden announcing a new infrastructure plan today. It's expected to cost more than $2 trillion.
It includes $620 billion to rebuild roads, bridges, highways, and ports. $400 billion for home care for elderly and disabled people. $580 billion to support manufacturing and training, and $650 billion for electric grid improvements, broadband internet access, and water systems. All paid for by a huge 33% increase in corporate tax rate, jumping up from 21 to 28%. The president vowed not to raise taxes on households earning less than $400,000 a year.
U.S. home prices rising at the fastest pace in 15 years, reflecting how fiercely buyers are competing for a limited supply of homes in nearly every corner of the country. The Denver housing market has grown feverishly in the past year. The average home price is up. Oh my gosh, mind-blowing. You know what the average home price in Denver is, Megan?
I'm looking at it.
$629,000 compared to $530,000 last year. Gosh, the average home in Denver is selling in just 5 days this year. It was 24 days last year. Record low interest rates and millennial buying have helped boost sales. Colorado has 3 of the largest 50 brewers in the U.S. The largest in the state is Oscar Blues in Longmont at number 6. Odell Brewing in Fort Collins, number 17. Left Hand in Longmont, ranked 47th. For the first time in decades, Colorado has a greater presence of the nation's largest non-craft brewers than it does of locally and independently owned suds manufacturers.
Canceled pandemic flights led to a lot of travel vouchers, but have they expired? The problem solvers are on it.
A weather forecast today featuring a high of 50 degrees, nice weather, bright sunshine, the start of not just a sunny and dry stretch, but a warming trend. We're going to be pushing 80 degrees by this weekend. I'll show you the latest and how long this lasts coming up in Pinpoint Weather.
Live from Denver, this is Fox 31 News at 6:30. We're on it.
Pfizer says that its COVID vaccine protects kids as young as 12, which could open the door for expanded use in children by this fall.
Opening day for the Rockies coming up tomorrow. Fans will be allowed back into Coors Field and other venues all around Denver now. But will they be safe?
Anytime it comes to fear, it's always about education.
Colorado now willing to spend millions in cash bonuses to motivate correctional workers to get the vaccine.
Delayed stimulus payments for millions of Americans. Now we know when you can expect those payments to arrive.
All right, 6:30 here on your Wednesday. Look at that beautiful sunrise. A great start to the day. Thanks for joining us. I'm Megan O'Halloran.
And I'm Kirk Yankee. It is a beautiful morning. Let's get yes. Brooks, and he's watching it. So it's still cool out there this morning, though, but it is going to warm up today.
It will. Today's day one of a warm-up of some spring warmth, making a big and sustained return. The sun rising today, by the way, at 6:44, so we're about 14 minutes away from it. Look at that shot over the city. Beautiful view of the foothills and in the distance, the Mount Evans Wilderness. 26 degrees outside, a southwest wind at 7. But high pressure means bright sunshine, unlimited visibility, and a warming trend that will take us right through the end of next week. The only weather of note in the country right now is heading for the East Coast, and that's in the form of some heavy rain across the southeast right now. 17 in Briggsdale, 11 in Lyman, -2 at Berthoud Pass. Factor in the wind, it feels like it's -30 at Berthoud Pass right now. And we're going to see a high of 50 degrees today. Now, that is cooler than normal. Our average high is 58. So we're running about 8 degrees colder than normal today. But that said, with light winds, bright sunshine, our high elevation here above 5,280 feet, well, it's going to feel very nice this afternoon. But coming up in Colorado's most accurate forecast, when we go 20 degrees above normal plus into the Easter weekend, translating into mid and upper 70s.
Thank you, Brooks. Right now, across the country, all these states shaded in purple are offering COVID vaccines to all adults. And Friday, Colorado will switch to purple and join them. And as more people get vaccinated, opening day is set for tomorrow at Coors Field. Speaking of purple, fans will be allowed inside the ballpark, and I'll be wearing my purple tie tomorrow.
That's right. We all will. And Coors not the only venue.
You're wearing your purple tie tomorrow?
Oh, I meant purple.
Okay. I don't know.
They're the only venue getting ready to lift the COVID restrictions. Fox 31's Jim Hooley, he's joining us live from Coors Field. Jim.
Megan, good morning. You know, this is going to be like the big coming out here over the next couple of days. We've got Coors Field opening with the fans. We got Ball Arena allowing fans now, and Red Rocks as well. But, you know, the question remains, in light of all the COVID restrictions and the concerns about the virus, is it too early? Is it safe at this point? Here's what's happening out here right now. You know, it's been almost a year. Fans haven't been allowed inside Coors Field all of last season, so it's been almost a year since they've been here. And now the team has gotten the variance from the health department to allow 42.6% of its capacity. Now, if you do the math on all that, that's about 21,000 fans out of the total capacity down here of some 50,000 fans for Coors Field. The rooftop, playground, standing room areas in the concourses, they will be closed, however. Ball Arena will open to fans as well this Friday. Capacity for the Nuggets and the Avs games there will be limited, though, to just over 4,000 fans. And concerts will begin at Red Rocks again in the third week of April coming up. 2,500 fans allowed to enjoy the music inside to allow to see the shows and be allowed to hear some of the music there. So, again, are these openings too early? Well, the state health department says with fans coming back to the games and concerts, Denver's priority is that people can attend safely. We have confidence, that's what they're saying, they have confidence that the venues have appropriate measures to keep people safe. The health department goes on to say that with everyone now getting the vaccine and more people getting their shots, things will hopefully be safer down the road. But again, opening day here with fans, about 20,000+ fans here at Coors Field tomorrow. The Dodgers are in town. It's kind of like back to the old days down here at Coors Field. The tickets, by the way, selling for about $50. That's the cheapest you can find right now. And yes, Kurt, everybody should be wearing their purple tomorrow all around town. Live down at Coors Field, I'm Jim Hooley.
Purple mask. If you don't have one, you can get a purple mask. I wonder if they'll be selling Rockies masks or maybe handing some out or something like that. That'd be cool.
Now, you know, that's a good point. You do have to wear the mask when you're inside for the game.
Yeah, so a reminder on that. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Play ball. Go Rockies. Some Colorado workers will soon be getting $500 bonuses for getting a COVID-19 vaccine. The state offering that incentive to people who work in Colorado prisons. where many have been reluctant to get the shot. Correctional department workers have been eligible for the vaccine for months, but records show less than half have been vaccinated. Hillary Glasgow with Colorado Wins, the union representing most of Colorado's correctional workers, supports the $500 incentive and hopes it'll be enough to change some minds.
I think it will help people that might have been a little bit on the fence and needed just a bit more education or a bit more research on their own, or a little nudge to say, like, this is really important, and we are putting our money where our mouths are. We're saying this is important, and this is how important we think it is. I think it'll move some people for sure.
Workers who claim a religious or medical exemption will still be eligible for the bonus. In total, the state could be on the hook for more than $3 million in bonuses.
A drop in COVID-19 testing numbers here in Colorado prompting state health experts to remind people to get tested if they're experiencing symptoms or believe that they may have been exposed to the virus. They say anyone with symptoms should be tested as soon as possible. If you think you may have been exposed, wait at least 5 days from the date of exposure before getting tested unless you developed symptoms. There are still dozens of free state-run community testing sites available, and you can find a complete list on the Fox 31 News app as well as our website, kdvr.com.
You are released for end of watch. Well done, good and faithful servant. We have the watch from here.
An emotional day in Colorado as the final radio call goes out for Officer Eric Talley, the hero that died while trying to stop the shooter inside the King Soopers last week. Hundreds of people from around the country gathered to pay their respects yesterday, while family and friends shared some of their favorite stories about Officer Talley and his heroic actions.
As his supervisor, I can easily describe Eric. He was a pain in my butt. Eric has two speeds at work: talkaholic and honey badger. Eric was either talking everyone's ear off or hard charging, and sometimes he was able to do both at the same time. While the investigation is ongoing, I can tell you that many people were pulled out of the building alive after it was all over. From the time that Eric entered the store and confronted the suspect, no other civilian was hurt.
Officer Talley being remembered for being kind, brave, and giving 100% to everything he did. As Officer Talley and the other victims of the King Soopers shooting are laid to rest, survivors tell us they're having a hard time moving on and erasing horrific images from their minds.
I couldn't even imagine. We talked to King Soopers workers who were in the store during the shooting. Some of them are seeing counselors. They tell us they are getting paid through next month, but some, they don't have cars and they're having to Uber to different locations for meetings. Andy Ariano is having problems too. His car is being held for evidence. It's why he and his mother are walking around Boulder to run errands.
I've been having some phone calls from the FBI, and I'm still waiting to see what they're going to do with my car, because if it has bullet holes and there's something damaged inside the car, it's undrivable.
He tells us that he had to leave an employee meeting yesterday. His emotions were just running high. Some GoFundMe accounts have been set up by various friends. We'll be posting links to those over on the Fox 31 News app. People donating to the victims in huge numbers, more than $2.7 million raised so far through the Colorado Healing Fund. $1.3 million coming from individual donors. King Soopers also committed to donating $1 million to the Victims Fund as well. And almost $500,000 has come from other corporations. The money is distributed through advocates assigned to each family.
6:38 right now. A family assistance center set up to help people impacted by the shooting is reopened at a new, more long-term location. The Boulder Strong Resource Center is now at the Chase Bank at 603 South Broadway. It will be open Tuesday through Sunday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. If you're not able to visit, you can also call the resource hotline number 303-217-0120. You can find continuing coverage of the grocery store tragedy on the Fox 31 News app and our website, kdvr.com. We've posted the entire memorial service for Officer Talley there for you to watch.
New developments: Social Security recipients and other Americans who do not normally file a tax return can now expect their latest stimulus payments to be processed this weekend. The Treasury Department says many of the payments will be sent electronically and will be in bank accounts by April 7th. That's next Wednesday. Deposits for an estimated 30 million people were delayed because the Social Security Administration was behind in sending information over to the IRS. The left hand wasn't talking to the right hand. Now they are. Group of lawmakers intervened to get this moving faster.
All right, 26 degrees, all the colors in the sky, start of a beautiful sunrise, and a warm up on the way. Let's get to Brooks.
Indeed. We're going to see highs in the 70s this weekend. Spring is here today. A bit of a transition day. It'll be a cooler one, but still pleasant this afternoon. Highs close to 50. High pressure keeping the clouds, the rain, the snow away, setting us up for some nice spring skiing. But our next precipitation 10 days out. Here's a view looking toward the west. The Baxton Shaker Skycam Network. The city illuminated by the first light of day. The sun rising inside of 5 minutes from now. The foothills in the background, the mountains behind that, just beautiful outside, but cool, 26 degrees. A southwest wind, that's a warm wind direction coming out of the mountains, and that's going to start the warming process. Up to 50 today by 3 o'clock. Right now it's just 6 degrees up in the high country in Dillon. It's 13 in the Springs. We're going to see a high about 48 in the Springs, 50 for Denver, 57 degrees once you get down toward Lamar. So your forecast today, hour by hour, 44 by noon, 50 by 4, and that's 8 degrees cooler than normal. But coming up, we're going to be seeing those temperatures launching into the 60s and 70s, and that really is a 2 thumbs up if you've been waiting for this weather. Easter weekend could not be finer. I'll show you the details on that, how long this will last coming up.
Great. Time saver traffic update right now. The Fox 31 problem solver is obtaining new data showing 42 crashes each day in our state involve people who are distracted. That works out to be more than 15,000 crashes per year simply because people are just not paying attention to the road. CDOT launching a new campaign in an effort to get people to focus on driving. The majority of those distractions come from people reading a message on their phone.
Will your pandemic travel voucher expire before you get the chance to use it? The Fox 31 problem solvers, we're on it.
And when are cruise lines around the world expected to resume cruise service? Well, there is in fact a battle that's playing out right now over that.
Live from Denver, This is Fox 31 News. We're on it.
If you are among the countless Coloradans who planned to travel last year, but had to put your plans on hold because of the pandemic and opted for a voucher instead of a refund, there are things you should know and deadlines that could be approaching quickly.
Well, for instance, most airlines typically offer a voucher that's only good for a year. But with everything still in flux, there's plenty of confusion and concern among some consumers. Fox 31 problem solver Kevin Torres joining us live from Denver to help sort all of this out for everybody. Good morning, Kev.
Good morning, guys, and good morning, everyone. Yeah, that typical one-year time frame would be expiring right now, but fortunately, most airlines have extended their voucher programs for a while. One, mostly due to trying to keep their customers happy, and two, trying to keep their customers money. As we all know, 2020 was a catastrophic year for the airline industry, and the financial fallout is still stacking up. Thing is, rather than offer full-out refunds, the airlines urge customers to take a small portion of vouchers worth more than their original tickets instead. That way, the airlines wouldn't lose as much money, but with that one-year window coming to a close, many or most have decided to extend the dates vouchers can be used by. For example, Delta passengers have until the end of 2022 now to travel using vouchers, while JetBlue issued a 24-month expiration date for booking, which is actually a year longer than its pre-COVID policy. And vouchers issued between March 1st and September 7th of last year through Southwest are now good through September 7th of 2022. And United extended many of its vouchers through 2022 as well.
Frontier Airlines has a policy that says a voucher for a flight must be used within 90 days. But I think they've got so many complaints about that policy that they have extended the vouchers now for 1 year.
Certainly affecting plenty of Coloradans. Fact is, airlines set their own policy when it comes to vouchers for the most part, according to experts at MSU Denver. Overall, the airline industry issued billions of dollars in vouchers for 2020 alone. But there are certain things that you can do to make sure that your vouchers are safe, that they won't expire. And you also might be wondering when exactly those cruise lines are going to start up again, tour operators, what their plan is, and also a sneak peek at the summer travel preview, because we're learning some new information this morning about what that's going to look like and how much it's going to cost you and whether or not those good deals are still lurking around, guys. Back to you.
Yeah, because I've been hearing that those deals may start going away as more and more people travel. Obviously, those deals connected to the lack of travel. So we'll be tuning in for that. We'll check in a bit. Thank you, Kevin.
All right, it's 6:46 right now. Falling COVID case numbers and an increase in vaccinations are setting the stage for a travel industry comeback. AAA of Colorado says airline and hotel bookings are up thanks to improved consumer confidence. The travel industry taking a big hit during the pandemic. While COVID-related travel restrictions and safety precautions are still in place, many businesses are offering good deals on bookings for later this year.
It is a complex travel environment. Things are still uncertain. We don't know what's going to go on with these new variants or the efficacy of the vaccine. So you might have to cancel your plans at the last minute.
Well, McKinley warns that many deals are not available online, but through travel agents or directly through airlines or hotels. Trip insurance is a good idea if you're investing a large amount of money.
Now, a warning on travel scams. As more people travel for the first time since the shutdown started over a year ago, the Better Business Bureau is warning, don't get scammed out of your dream vacation. When you book a vacation rental, watch out for con artists who post listings for homes that are not for rent or don't exist at all. The BBB says search property records. Make sure they actually own that home. Many travel companies will advertise free vacations, but that doesn't always mean the cost of the entire trip is covered.
So you're going to have to really dig in a little deeper and figure out, what does a free trip really mean? Is that only the hotel stay and you still have the cost of the travel? What other costs will you incur?
Now, the BBB also says beware of free and unsecured Wi-Fi connections at hotels and airports. Hackers can use those to get into your system and steal your personal data.
The U.S. Travel Association now joining the cruise ship industry, calling for the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to lift its conditional sailing order. Last October, the CDC laid out a phased plan for cruise lines to meet before carrying passengers again. The agency says the order will remain in effect until November 1st and that the next phases of the industry's restart plan are in the works. Now, earlier this week, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis threatened to sue the federal government if the CDC does not allow cruises to restart by the summer.
officials warning you not to share a picture of that vaccination card online, as websites are now popping up where you can buy fake ones. Forged vaccination cards selling anywhere between $10 and $200. Many scammers are finding pictures of cards that people post on social and then making copies of those cards to sell.
Your personal identifiable information could end up in the hands of a scammer because they might need that information from you in order to fill out your quote-unquote fake vaccine card. And also, of course, you're going to have to pay for it. So that financial information that you're using to pay for that card can also be taken by scammers as well.
Experts say that could end up costing you thousands if you decide to purchase one. So heads up, think twice before posting that card. If you get a sticker and you want to post a picture on social, maybe post a picture of the sticker. Some places are doing like
probably a better
or
idea.
your Band-Aid, post a picture of
your Band-Aid.
your arm. I don't know, whatever you want to do.
It's funny.
Just be careful with the card.
Yeah, easy to do. I mean, it looks like you could just scan it in like laser print and
Hey,
you're
don't
good to
give
go.
anyone any ideas, Brooks.
That's pretty
No,
basic.
it's literally just a white card with black printing on it. Brooks, so let's talk about maybe taking a picture of the weather outside.
It's picture perfect.
Beautiful today, right?
That's right. Let's transition from counterfeiting your COVID card to a beautiful day and carbon copies of that beautiful day for about the next 10 days with bright sunshine. Live view from the Baxton Shaker Skycam Network. 50 will be the high today at 3 o'clock, and that's about 8 degrees cooler than normal, but it's going to be a far cry from yesterday's cold and snow. And we're up to 66 degrees for tomorrow. Now up at Upper Green, going up to about 7,500 feet, 43 degrees today, 57 tomorrow. Still very, very nice. That ice, of course, breaking up, and spring is coming. The transition has begun. Now let's talk about March, because March was the second snowiest March in recorded history for Denver, getting just short of 3 feet of snow during the month, when typically we see a little over 11 inches of snow. So safe to say 3 times the snow has fallen this March than is normal, and we're only a couple of inches away from tying that all-time record. So no snow in the forecast today. What you see is what you get. But the good news is that because we've got this sunny and dry stretch ahead, and because we're still in the midst of a months-long to now years-long drought, that is very good news that we had all that snow for the spring snow melt to help to recharge our streams and reservoirs. Warming temperatures as we head into the Easter weekend with 70s for highs. This Pinpoint Weather app, a good free download, good for the winter months and great for the spring with storm season just ahead. 19 at Fort Morgan, -2 at Berthoud Pass, cold up there above 12,000 feet, and the winds are blowing about 20 to 40 miles an hour, making it feel like it's in the -30s. So if you're doing any backcountry, don't let your guard down. It is still effectively winter up there. Feels like it's 18 degrees, by the way, in Denver, but that's going to change pretty fast. We're going to get that sun shining, light winds today. Here's a live view from I-76 overpass at Federal Boulevard. Dry roads, looks good. You know, last night about 10 o'clock, we had some thunderstorm around